We are now going to head over to Australia where playtesters Marco and Hayden from our sister company Tennis Only hit the courts with the Clash 100. Marco, how did this racket work out for your aggressive game style?
Thanks Brett. I was just on this playtest and right from the outset I noticed that damp, muted feel that came with this racket. It took a little bit of getting used to, but I really actually did enjoy that unique feel that this racket gave. The stability is unlike any other racket I've ever played with. I could hit on off-center shots even when I was making contact pretty close to the frame, which happened more often than I would have liked. I was really noticing that it was a really dampened feel still, and I didn't actually feel like I was making an off-center contact. I noticed when I swung harder at low balls especially, I really could generate the spin I wanted. This was more so with the Clash Tour for me. We hit these two alongside each other for a little bit, the Clash and the Clash Tour, and I found that heavier Clash Tour just gave me a little bit more on my shots, a little bit more plow through, and the ball was doing a little bit more for me. On the flip side of that, the Clash 100 I noticed more manoeuvrable for me, and I got a lot faster racket head speed, which was welcomed on getting the racket low and undershots and also snapping into position on returns. Overall, really like the unique feel of this racket. I think it's awesome how Wilson have tried something different, and I suggest everyone out there tries this racket. Hayden, you were also on this playtest. How did you find the Wilson Clash 100?
Yeah, thanks Marco. Cracking day here in Perth. Absolute pleasure playing on the grass courts this morning. And this racket came from Wilson with really hyped up that it had a unique different feel, and I agree with them on that. It had a very different feel to any other racket. A little hard to describe exactly what that different feel was, even though that's kind of my job on this playtest, to try to describe it, but it had kind of a popping feel when you hit the ball, a bit like a pop gun going off. When you hit it right in the middle, it made a unique sound. So I'll try to go through and describe how it felt for me on each of the particular shots. Starting off with the groundies, the thing that I found that stood out most was the control, particularly on my backhand, which I hit a little flatter than I do my forehand. I found the control that I got on it was excellent, particularly on the backhand down the line. My forehand I hit with a little bit more whip. I got an extreme western forehand, so I like to get a lot of top spin. I found it lacked a little bit in the spin department for me, but if you don't have a semi-western grip, a little bit more of a conventional grip, then I think you'll really enjoy the control that this racket offers off the ground. Volleys was the highlight for me. Very crisp, very solid feel at the net. Made me want to come in and hit more volleys, particularly on the backhand volley. So really enjoyed it up at net. Serves had a good traditional feel on the serve. Again, if you hit a flat serve, particularly down the middle, and you get it right out of the middle, the sound that comes off the racket is unique. So overall, really enjoyed this playtest. 100% worth a demo. I think the first 10 shots you hit with this, you'll be like, whoa, that is a little different. So overall, really good feel. Get out and playtest this one.
Let's head over to Germany where the playtesters at Tennis Warehouse Europe tested this racket out on the indoor courts. Sophia, how do you find the Wilson Clash 100?
Thanks Marco. Yeah, I have to say that I was very impressed with the Clash. Right from the beginning, it feels very different from any other racket. It feels super comfortable, and yet you have a really great feel over the ball. My foremost favorite shot with the Clash was definitely my backhand slice. I had a really good control of the shot, a great feel, super comfortable, and I didn't feel this kind of confidence in this shot with any other racket I played with. It really gave me that wow sensation. The racket continues to be very stable on the baseline. I had no issues going under the balls with the racket head. It moved very easily. To be honest, I was a bit nervous about the 100 square inch head size of the racket, only because it's generally not really in my wheelhouse. But the very headlight nature of the racket, it's actually 10-point headlight, it made it feel really good, and maneuverability was really not a challenge for me. Personally, I would add about 5 more grams to the racket just to make it D1 for me. But overall, my general conclusion would be that the hype is definitely real with this one. Now, Anthony, I know that you were very excited to try this racket. Was it indeed revolutionary for you?
I never had this feeling before with a racket. The Clash is so special, so comfortable, easy to play and maneuverable, as it's almost the most flexible racket on the market with 57 RA. You have the feeling to play with a wooden racket. It gives you a lot of sensation with every shot, and particularly at the net. On the ground stroke, I cannot say that the Clash is super powerful, but it gives you the possibility to do what you want with the ball. I was surprised also when I wanted to finish the point, especially on my backhand, by the speed developed. And it's like the racket adapts itself to your needs. The Clash can generate also a huge amount of spin and crazy angles on the cross-court shots. The only downside I can find is that it doesn't forgive when you hit the ball outside of a sweet spot. As a conclusion, I can say that the more I play with a racket, the more I like it.